ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Srila Prabhupada, in one of the purport, 11th canto, 8th chapter, shloka 7, in the purport he quotes Sridhar Swami. And he says that different animals, they have got different senses very strong. Now, whenever I say a sense is strong, you can understand that, okay, that sense object attraction is very strong. Say, for example, Sridhar Swami first he says, fire. Now, as soon as I see fire, so my sight is very strong. So my eyes, senses, and the sense object, that is form or the fire, now the strong attraction is there. It is described, there is an insect called moth. Now this moth has got so much of attraction towards this glittering fire. It rushes into the fire and he just gets into the fire. What do you think might have happened to the moth? Gone, Haribol. Done. Yes. Now what happened? Eyes were there for the moth and it was getting attracted strongly to the fire. Form. Now it's getting attracted strongly, and because of that one sense, that is eyes, the moth met its death. Then Sridhar Swami comments second. He says bee, a bumblebee or a honeybee or whatever. Bee. Now for the bee, it goes to different flowers. Full day it will keep going to one flower. And the smell of the flower is something that is very intoxicating for the bee. So the smelling power and the smell, you see, the smell and the smelling power, both of them, they're very strong and they're attracting each other. Now this bee going to different flowers. Now in the evening, when it is sitting in the lotus flower and the fragrance of the lotus is going into its nose, now it is so intoxicated. Now what happens is, in the evening, the lotus is like this, slowly the lotus closes. Now see, this bee is knowing very well lotus is closing, but what to do? The fragrance is so nice that it closes, and guess what? The bee dies inside the lotus flower. Because of one sense, that is smelling. The sense perception of smelling. Because of that. So moth died because of the sight. The bee is dying because of smell. How strong the moth's eyes will be and how strong the nose of bees will be. Next is elephant. It is described, see, you cannot capture elephant just like that. Don't try also. It's very dangerous. Huge body, huge. But still we see in circus and all, elephants are there. Even in zoo they keep elephants. And in different places, elephants are trained to carry the Lord on the back. How do they capture the elephant? It is described that a female elephant is trained first. And now this female elephant, just imagine there is female elephant here, male elephant is this side. In between, there's a big ditch that is dug, huge. Size of the elephant, bigger than the size of elephant. And then that is covered with grass, leaves and other things. It's almost looking like ground, flat ground. Now I don't know what the female elephant does. Maybe she winks the eye or says, hi, handsome. I don't know what she does. But from this side, the female elephant, somehow, some indication, and this male elephant goes mad. He was mad to touch the female elephant. That touch is strong for the elephant. And this male elephant runs to go and touch the female elephant. And guess what? In between there's a ditch and he falls inside that. Hari Bol. Now just think about it. If the male elephant is not given any food, the male elephant will die. For some days the food is not given. Then whoever the hunter or the trainer, he comes there and then he sees the elephant. Now elephant is very weak. Then he'll give some grass to the elephant. Then elephant start feeling, oh, he's the person, he's my well-wisher. He's my well-wisher. So slowly and steadily, elephant feels that he's my well-wisher and starts taking shelter of the hunter. And in this way, the hunter or the trainer, he trains the elephant. Can you imagine how strong the sense of touch will be for an elephant? Next is deer. So for deer, how the deers are captured by the hunter, because you cannot run behind a deer, it's very fast. Jumps. So what the hunter will do is, he'll just be there at one place and he'll play his flute. He'll play his flute or some nice music. And the hearing of the deer is so strong and the soothing music is so attractive. Wherever the deer is there in the forest, in the dense forest, it slowly walks towards the sound. And guess what? As the deer comes to the hunter, it is hearing the sound, it is intoxicated by the music. At that time, the deer is killed, and whatever musk is there in its body, that is taken. So imagine the sound or the sense of hearing is so strong, and it is so addicted to hearing that it gets killed. And finally, fish. See, in the water, there is so much to eat for the fish. But as soon as there's a bait that is put in the water by the fisherman, immediately the fish will go and catch that. Because the tongue of the fish is so strong. The sense perception of taste is so strong, it wants to go and taste it. It will go and put its mouth and hari bol. The fish comes out and done. In Bengal, they say that fish is also vegetarian. You know that? Some Bengalis say. You know why? Because they say that fish is phele, fruit. Which fruit? Jal phal. And Krishna says patram pushpam phalam. Okay, let's revise. We have seen 5 animals and 5 senses are very strong for them. One sense is very strong. First, moth. Sight was very strong. Yes. Second, bee. Smelling sense is very strong. Third, elephant. Sense of touch is very strong. Fourth, deer. Sense of hearing is very strong. And fish. Sense of tasting is very strong. So these 5 are very strong. One animal, one sense was strong. Now the acharyas say, maybe you all can answer. For human beings, which sense is strong? Did you say all? One sense, and that animal is meeting with its death. And human beings, all 5 senses are strong. Krishna. But when we were saying, oh, it got into fire, hari bol. Ours is big hari bol. Big hari bol. My God. Just think about it. How pathetic our situation is. Therefore, our Acharya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in a song, so there's a book called Gītāvali by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and in that there's a song called Prasada Sevaya. Many songs. In that song, one is our Prasada Prayers that we chant. So in that, the first line is śarīra abidyā-jāl. So this entire body is network of ignorance. And that we can feel easily when we sit in a Bhagavatam class. And slowly the body goes down. Slowly the eyes close. Bhagavatam speaker feels that person has gone into samadhi. And he also feels the same. Sometimes we have seen devotees sitting beside each other and say one devotee is in samadhi, he wakes, Prabhu, I was meditating, Hari Bol. Very nice, meditating, very nice. So actually our body is full of ignorance. See, that is the reason. See, it's not that devotees are insincere. Devotees are sincere. Devotees want to practice bhakti. They want to become serious. They want to go intense. But what to do? This body is such ignorant entity that even if I want to be in mode of goodness or whatever, it pulls us down. It pulls us down. Yes. See, as soon as we take prasad, immediately we feel sleepy, no? Immediately. See, ideally, when you take prasad, you should be fully energetic and you should be doing more seva. But our body is in such ignorance. You should take prasad and then you're done. Yes, we need some rest after that. So, śarīra abidyā-jāl. This body is actually network of ignorance or network of illusion. Then he says, joḍendriya tāhe kāl. Joḍendriya tāhe kāl basically means that all these indriyas which are there, those are all the entities which will take the human being closer to death. Kal. And actually that's a fact. We realize, no? One animal, one sense is strong. And for human beings, all senses are strong. Naturally, all these senses act as agents taking us closer to death. That is our situation. Joḍendriya tāhe kāl. Now the worst part is jīve, phele, viṣaya-sāgore. This is the worst part. What do you mean by viṣaya? Material sense objects. For eyes, the sense objects is form or sight. For nose, smell. For ears, sound. That is the sense object. And for skin, touch is the sense object. And for tongue, taste is the sense object. So now all these five senses are there. Firstly, imagine the situation. All the five senses are strong. And now the jihwā is thrown into a sagara, into an ocean of sense objects. Now see the combination. Senses are strong and now you are there in the ocean of sense objects. Now the way the moth was running into fire or the deer was going towards the hunter, like that for us everywhere sense objects are there. And all the senses are strong. And just imagine, sense object, senses. Naturally we get attracted and person dies. Now my question is, Krishna is so cruel, I tell you. See, you think about it. Firstly, what is the need to give strong senses? Okay, he gave strong senses, okay. What is the need to put us in the ocean of sense objects? You see, things around, they're beautiful, so naturally you get attracted. Or you want to hear. I think tongue is something which I can speak more. Yes? Especially those devotees who have taken a vow now, I'll take only prasad. And before coming to ISKCON, you're eating on some roadside thela, some bhaji or some pakoda or whatever. And you're passing through that same place. And naturally that smell goes into the nose and no, only prasad. No, I'll not take. Naturally feel like getting attracted, naturally. The point is, why did Krishna do this? Just think about the very, very important thing. Every day we chant Mahāprasād prayers. But I'm sure none of us pay attention to what we are chanting. And sometimes it is 2x speed. Hare Krishna, Mahāprasād ki jai. You're so hungry, so... But see, this is so philosophical because our Bhaktivinoda Thakur is an acharya and he has written this, such an amazing philosophical prayer. So now the question comes that what is the need for the Lord to throw us in like this? Our situation is like, just imagine a diabetic patient who loves sweet. But he has been told by the doctor, if you eat any sweet, you will die. And now he is locked into a room and in the room, there are all varieties of sweet. And for few days, he is left inside that room. Same situation is ours. All our senses are strong. We like to do sense gratification, isn't it? If we say that, I was asking this question in another place. So how many of us like to do bhakti? And devotees are a little hesitant. How many of you like to do sense gratification? They're also hesitant because devotee association. But the fact is, natural tendency of a living entity is to do sense gratification. Natural. As of now. But our natural constitutional position is jīve swarup hoy Krishna nitya das. So we are das of Krishna. Das of Krishna means you have to serve Krishna. Service to Krishna means bhakti. So actually bhakti is natural for us, but unfortunately, As of now, our second nature has become sense gratification. That is what is our current situation. Very, very difficult situation. So now the question comes, why? Why Krishna has put us into this material world like this? We'll answer this question, but next two lines of Prasada Prayer is śarīra abidyā-jāl, joḍendriya, tāhe. Now you all remember the meaning? Today when you are in front of Prasadam plate, you should remember all this, especially those 5 animals. Then after that, jīve, phele, viṣaya-sāgore. We are thrown into sagara of Vishaya. Then, tā'ra madhye jihwā ati lobhamoy. Tā'ra madhye jihwā ati lobhamoy sudurmati. So out of all the senses, the strongest sense is the tongue. Jihwā. Tā'ra madhye, out of all the senses, tā'ra madhye jihwā, tongue, ati lobhamoy. Very, very greedy. Very, very greedy. Ati lobhamoy. And then sudurmati. It doesn't have buddhi. Sudurmati. Bad intelligence. And tā'ke jetā kaṭhina saṁsāre. Very difficult to control this tongue. Very difficult. Now therefore, in Shastra again and again it is given, the most voracious sense is tongue. Most voracious. In Nectar of Instruction, in the first shloka, Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, in that shloka, so jihwā Vegam comes. And in that, our acharyas give purport. And there they say that if your tongue is under control, everything will come under control. And especially they say tongue, belly and genitals, they are a straight line. All the 3 are boneless muscle. There is no bone. You check if your tongue has a bone? No, right? We don't have. Stomach does not have a bone, genitals don't have bone, so they're in straight line. So our acharyas, they say, if we can control the tongue, naturally it will be easy for us to control the belly and the genitals. And if someone can control all the 3, oh, he's a dhira. He's a sense control person. Now in this way, this is the shloka. And we are completely stuck. This is the feeling that all of us should get when we chant this shloka. Śarīra abidyā-jāl, entire body is full of ignorance. Joḍendriya, tāhe, all our senses are strong, taking us closer to death. Jīve, phele, viṣaya-sāgore. We are thrown into the ocean of sense objects. And in that also, tā'ra madhye jihwā, the tongue, ati lobhamoy, tā'ke jetā kaṭhina saṁsāre. Very difficult to control. Again, we come back to the same question, why Krishna did this with us? Maybe Krishna will be feeling very nice. No, good. You get attracted there, you get attracted here. Very nice, good. See, Krishna, he calls himself as our eternal well-wisher. Which shloka? Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suradam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shantim rachyati. So there Krishna is saying, hey Arjun, I am eternal well-wisher of everyone. Suradam sarvabhutanam. Everyone's eternal well-wisher. Come on, well-wisher cannot do all this. How can a well-wisher put someone in such a deadly situation? But you know what? Krishna was forced to do this. Who forced Krishna? You know who forced Krishna? Not neighbor. We only. We forced Krishna. We were with Krishna and we are telling Krishna that Krishna serving you all the time is difficult. See, you are enjoying, no? I also want to enjoy. And Krishna is like, Arey Baba, see, I am bhokta and you are bhogya. So I am enjoyer and you are enjoyed. Now you cannot take the position of enjoyer. If you take the position of enjoyer, you will have tough time. No, I also enjoy. I want to enjoy. It's like almost a small girl going to the mother. Just imagine, 2-year, 3-year-old girl, mother is cooking in the kitchen. And the girl goes and she says, Mama, I want to cook. I want to become like you. Beta, not time hai abhi. No, time is there. No, I want to cook now. The mother is thinking that so much of fire is there. What if she gets burnt? What will happen to her? What if oil falls on her? If fire catches onto her clothes? But she is crying, no, I want. She's going mad. The mother says, okay, somehow to pacify her. So what I will do is, I'll give her a kitchen set. Those plastic, steel, whatever. Huh? And then, as soon as that is given, have you seen girls and boys? Very seriously, they'll keep cooking. Have you seen that? I don't know what they cook. Full day they keep cooking. And they're very serious about, okay, now I'll put the stove and then I'll put this, I'll make tea. And I've seen that if they come and offer you tea, and if you don't drink, they'll cry. So you have to act, okay, very nice, good. Now, after cooking so much, still, when the child is hungry, the child comes to mother. Mama, I am hungry. Now, mother will say, from last 5 hours you are cooking. You might have made chappan bhog till now. Eat whatever you have cooked. Eat. Well, no, I want to eat what you have cooked. This is exactly what is our situation. Very unfortunate situation. Instead of being in service of Krishna, we wanted to be the enjoyer. Krishna said, okay, see, you cannot enjoy here in spiritual world for sure. It will be very harmful for yourself. So, I'll create a pink kitchen set for you. Go and cook how much ever you want there. Krishna created this material world for us. And how Krishna created material world? Through Mahavishnu. So, Mahavishnu is lying on his Sheshanag in the causal ocean. And from each pore of his body comes many universes. He glances and all the material nature is activated. So for Krishna, it doesn't take a long time to create the material world. But look at the unfortunate situation. Because we wanted to enjoy, Krishna created this world. And guess what? Each and every living entity, especially human beings, are very serious in cooking. Are you all observing that around? Everyone is very serious in cooking. I have to go to office, I have to do this, I have to do that. Yes? Very serious in their day-to-day activities. Very serious. You go on the streets now, you see so much of traffic. Everyone is serious. Everyone is going somewhere or the other, like that small kid cooking. Yes? So it was our desire to do sense gratification. And look at how merciful our Lord is. Krishna bada doyāmoy. How merciful Krishna is. So we wanted to do sense gratification. Krishna said, okay, chalo, I'll award you. I'll award your place and award your body to do sense gratification. So Krishna gave us this pink kitchen set that we can see around, very attractive. And then he gave us this body. Now, if I want to enjoy, then senses should be strong, no? Then I can enjoy better. Then Krishna blessed us, tathastu, have all the senses strong. So eyes are strong, ears are strong, tongue is strong, nose is strong, everything is strong in our body. Tathastu. Now after this, our Supreme Lord, he said, okay, now senses are strong, but there should be sense objects also around. How will you enjoy or else? How will you enjoy? Therefore what Krishna did is, he created sense objects around. So many. See how much he loves us. We said, I want to do sense gratification. We cried for it. And then Krishna said, okay, I'll allow you. He created the place, he created the body, and he put all the sense objects around us. And then he said, enjoy, Madi. Go, enjoy. But now see, you cannot enjoy because you know Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. You cannot enjoy. Now you might have seen when parents are there and kids are doing some activity, they'll keep an eye on parents. Small kids I'm talking about. As soon as parents go away, their mischievous activities will start. Now see, since parents were present, they're not able to do their mischievous activities. Similarly, if I all the time know that Krishna is watching me and Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, then it's very difficult to enjoy. Therefore, Krishna, he told his energy, Maya, go. Cover this person with full of ignorance. He should forget me completely. And therefore Maya comes and she covers us with ignorance. See, Maya, we always curse Maya, no? Because of Maya, I'm suffering. No. Maya doing service. She is doing very important service because we wanted to enjoy. She has kept us now in illusion. She puts us in avidya. She puts us in avidya and she makes us believe, beta, you are not spirit soul, you are body. And we are like, yes, I'm body. Yes. And now in this situation, in this world, we are trying to enjoy. Look at Krishna's planning and arrangement only because we had that one desire to enjoy. So he created all this. And ignorant living entity, he asked, why Lord created this place like this? Okay, if this was the case, he could have created everything so happy and so nice. Why he created suffering then? Senses, sense object come together. Little happiness, more suffering. Why Krishna did like that? Tell me, if senses, sense object come together and there is eternal happiness, what is the danger? It's good, no, sense and sense object come together. Very nice, enjoy. But why this little enjoyment and so much of suffering? Oh, it's almost like saying you need to first drink a Karela juice to taste mango juice. Yeah. So Prabhu's point is forgetfulness of Krishna will always be there if we always keep enjoying. You know what? Krishna is very possessive for all of us. Very possessive. He cannot share us with anyone. And he cannot live without us. See, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, Shloka 7. Which Shloka that is? Please repeat. Matta parataram nanya kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre mani ganaiva. See, Krishna is so possessive for us. He says, I am thread and all of you are beads, money. See, Krishna could have said, I am thread and you're garbage on the thread. He could have said, no, anyways, we're useless people only. He could have said, you're garbage on the. But Krishna gives so much importance to us. He loves us so much. He's so much possessive for us. He wants us to be with him. He says, I am thread and all of you are money. All of you are beads on that. So Krishna is very possessive for us and he wants us back home. My question is, Krishna needs us, eh? Only if we cook and offer bhoga to him, then only he get food. Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha lakshavriteshu surabhira vipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shata sambrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. We are contaminated beings, and when we cook and offer food to Krishna, you know what we do? We cook, say we are cooking sweet rice. We cook sweet rice very nicely, add cashew, kishmish and everything to that. And before offering it to Krishna, what do we put on that? You know what? Along with tulasi, we also take some sand and put it around that. And then give it to Krishna. Krishna, take. You know what is that sand? Our anarthas. Krishna, take. Now tell me, all of us, say today in Sunday, after Sunday feast, say sweet rice is it? Okay, sweet rice. So say that before serving you, they put stones in that and give it to you. Will it be enjoying experience? You have to remove it. Oh, what is this? Today, who cooked? Who is that? Which circle cooked? Or whatever. Yes. So we will not enjoy. So do you think Krishna enjoys what we offer? But still he accepts? My God. Our service is like this, full of contamination. We are offering it to Krishna. And when it comes to the Lord, he's still accepting. He's still accepting. So wonderful. The point that I'm trying to make is, our service is contaminated, but still Krishna accepts. Why? For our purification. So actually Krishna needs us or no? He does not need us. He does not need us. Yes? So there is no need for Krishna to have contaminated beings around us. In fact, entire creation of Krishna is divided into two parts, 3/4 and 1/4. Tripad Vibhuti, Ekpad Vibhuti. The majority, 3/4 is spiritual world. The proper residents are staying in spiritual world. And in this 1/4 world, material world, criminals are staying. So 1/4, 3/4. Tell me, now so many residents are there, all pure devotees, all of them are serving so nicely. Why Krishna needs criminals now? Paining a little bit. What to do? We have been like that. Yes, we have been in this. We have rejected Krishna. We are here enjoying life. See, this is what is exactly our current situation. Krishna actually does not need us. But still, Krishna is very possessive. Like any parent, possessive of their kids. Say they have two kids. One of them is very good and one of them is very bad. So, will in the middle of the night, when both the kids are sleeping, will the mother go with a knife? Today I will. Anytime. Whenever say that kid is not well or whatever, mother takes care of the kid so nicely, no? Yes? So in this way, it's very, very important point to note that Krishna is also like that. He's very possessive for all his kids. It's not that he needs us, but actually we need him. But we are not realizing that. And therefore, Krishna, since he wants us back home, back to Godhead, he says, if in this world, everything I create, senses, sense object, and when they come together, and if they keep enjoying all the time, then who will come for Gita course? I mean, who will turn towards me? It means they'll remain like that Prabhu said, all the time will remain in this world only. Therefore, Krishna again Krishna bada doyāmoy. By mercifully, Krishna created suffering. So that when senses, sense object come together, we enjoy because we have that desire. Then Krishna also created suffering so that we realize this is not a place to live. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada's guru, what does he compare this entire world with? Dukkhalayam is Krishna saying. What is our Saraswati Thakur saying? This is a place which is like, no, hospital, jail are still good. He says, this place is like toilet. Finish your job and get lost from this place. Don't sit and read newspapers. Can you imagine our acharyas know what they're saying? So basically, look at this very important point that Krishna mercifully, he created this place so that we can enjoy. Second, he mercifully created suffering so that we can go back to him. Actually, he does not need us, but we need him to make us realize that, beta, you need me, come. Just for that, Krishna has created this suffering. And when the living entity goes through suffering, why me? Arey, why you? You only are needed there. Go. Why me? Therefore, it's a very important point to note, Krishna is always merciful in all his activities. Now, do we understand why śarīra abidyā-jāl? Yes, so we can forget Krishna. Joḍendriya tāhe kal. Why senses are strong? So we can enjoy nicely. Jīve, phele, viṣaya-sāgore. Why we are thrown in the ocean of senses or sense objects? So that we can enjoy nicely. And then Krishna has created one sense very strong. So that enjoy as much as you want. tā'ra madhye jihwā lobhamoy sudurmati tā'ke jetā kaṭhina saṁsāre. Krishna bada doyāmoy. Krishna bada doyāmoy. So now, one of the important point which we need to understand is, when the living entity, when he keeps struggling in this world, lifetime after lifetime, then finally he realizes, no, I cannot eat what I have cooked from so many lifetimes. Yeah, that small girl was cooking for so many hours. After many hours, she realizes, oh no, I cannot eat this. Let me go to mother. Similarly, we realize after many, many lifetimes that I cannot eat what I have cooked. So finally, we turn towards our mother. That is Krishna. And when we get completely frustrated, so at that time we turn towards Krishna. Therefore, when you go on the street, only few people are there who will take books from you. Isn't it? And sometimes you're convincing someone so nicely. You're opening the books, showing various pictures and saying, see, Sanskrit shloka, word to word meaning, purport, all that. And then he didn't take, after half an hour of discussion, from behind. You have Bhagavad Gita? I want Bhagavad Gita. And we were shocked. This person I was convincing, he didn't take. 2 days back, our devotees had put stall in our area. And they were winding up. So in that time, one Mataji came. And you know what she's asking? Do you have Bhagavatam set? Do you have Bhagavatam set? Our devotees were taken away. Bhagavatam set? And then our devotees are explaining, it seems, yeah, this is a good time, it's marathon, and there is a discount on Bhagavatam. etc., etc. And she said, yeah, I'm searching for Bhagavatam set. No, I didn't get. Can you please give me one? So immediately she called her husband, got the Lakshmi. She immediately transferred and she took the Bhagavatam set. On the street, not a devotee, not a ISKCON devotee. Then at that time, when they were telling Prabhuji like this, it happened. So I was telling Krishna does all this to show us. Actually, he is the book distributor and not we. He is the one who actually distributes the book. So therefore, we see that when a living entity, when he realizes that I cannot eat what I've cooked, then he turned towards spirituality. After many, many lifetimes, therefore you will find such people on the street. And you know what? All of us, we belong to that category. Somehow by Krishna's mercy, we all have received Krishna's mercy. It is said, no, Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Paya, Bhakti Lata Beach. You know what? All of us, we have received that mercy of the Lord. We are so fortunate. Therefore, we are coming together like this, sitting in a Bhagavatam class and trying to understand Krishna Bada Doyāmoy, how merciful he is. There only very few people will come to Krishna. Many times people ask, Prabhuji, we are giving free sessions, free prasadam, everything is free. Still people don't come, but what to do? They're busy cooking. The day will come and they'll realize, I cannot eat what I have cooked. Then they'll come to Krishna. Then they will come to Krishna. That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, after we get frustrated and we come to Krishna, I say, Krishna, I want you. You come to the altar. Krishna, I want you. You're so merciful. I want you. You know what? At that, many times people ask, Prabhuji, why Krishna tests so much? As soon as devotee starts chanting and he says, Krishna, I want you, immediately he should take us to Golok, no? Yes or no? Huh? Everyone says that, yes? Even I feel the same. So much of hard work every day, 16 hours, get up early in the morning. One round we chant, Krishna, take us back home. But you know why? What Krishna does? He will test. This test is there in Ramayana also. When Lord Ram, when he went to, when he was exiled, and then after everything, he's coming back. He didn't go directly to Ayodhya. He stopped at a place at Bharadwaj Muni's ashram. And from there, he sent Hanuman. He sent Hanuman to check what is Bharat doing. And he asked Hanuman, go and check how much attachment Bharat has for ruling Ayodhya. And Lord Ram said, if Bharat has even little tinge of attachment to rule Ayodhya, lead the place, I'll return. I'll not go to Ayodhya. So that time Hanuman goes, he checks. And then as soon as Hanuman speaks about the glories of Lord Ram, Bharat starts crying profusely. And Hanuman realized, he does not want kingdom. He wants the king of the kingdom, that is Lord Ram. He goes and he tells Lord Ram. So Lord Ram tested Bharat. Similarly, when we tell Krishna, Krishna, I want you. At that time, Krishna starts testing the devotee. Again, consider a small kid in a cradle. Now, a small kid is in the cradle and the kid cries. Now, the mother comes and she puts a toy in the cradle and she leaves the toy. And now this crying kid, he looks at the toy and he's smiling. And again, after some time, he starts crying. Now, mother comes and she turns the toy. And now he's, turning. And again, he stops crying. And after some time, again, he starts crying. Then she switches on the light in that toy. Now it's turning also, light is also there. Now again, the kid is looking and he's quiet. Again, after some time, he's crying. Then mother comes and switches on the sound. Now it's turning, light is there, sound is there. Again, he stops crying. He smiles, he's enjoying. Again, he starts crying. And finally, when the child is crying and mother is putting so many toys and still the child is crying, then the mother understands, actually he's hungry. Actually he's hungry, I should feed the child now. So mother will take the child and start feeding. Similar is our case. So now when we go in front of the Lord Krishna, enough, I want you. Then immediately Krishna will tell Maya, test a little bit. And then immediately promotion. Bonus. And the living entity busy. And how to spend this money? Yes. See a young boy, he comes in front of the Lord and he says, Krishna, I'm yours. I want to be a full-time servant, brahmachari in the ashram. And the multiple cases which I have seen, a brahmachari is saying like that, he's planning to resign, and he gets an offer from other company which has double the package. And says, Krishna, I'll come back to you again. Let's meet later. And you know what? Like this, Krishna is testing. Again, Krishna bada doyāmoy. Why is he testing, Because he wants to understand that you still want to enjoy or you want to come back. If you want to enjoy, I'll make arrangement for you. If you still want to enjoy, I'll make arrangement for you. If you are really ready now that you want to just serve, then I'll take you. So Krishna is testing like that. Krishna bada doyāmoy. Now, when finally the devotee is crying, so at that time, that I want you, I want you. His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, Prabhupada's disciple, he says, I have opened a crying school. All the students who get admission here, we teach them how to cry for Krishna. And if we learn how to cry for Krishna, that is what is the goal. That's what is the destination. So now say we are crying for Krishna and then we go to him after many, many billions of lifetimes. Actually, we are here for many, many lifetimes. And then we tell Krishna, now Krishna, enough. I don't want anything. So at that time, will Krishna say that till now I was calling you, you didn't come? I tried my best. I came as different incarnations. I came as Bhagavad Gita as it is. I came as Bhagavatam. I sent my own associates like Prabhupada and others. So many acharyas I have sent. I myself came as the holy name. And you didn't come? I reject you, get lost. Will Krishna say that? Krishna will not say that. In fact, just to help us, when senses and sense object come together and we're suffering, just to help us, Krishna comes in various different forms. And one form is Mahāprasād. Krishna comes in the form of Mahāprasād. So in the prayer we say, tā'ke jetā kaṭhina saṁsāre, Krishna bada doyāmoy, koribāre, jihwā, just to help us win over our tongue. Just to win over our jihwā, koribāre, jihwā. What did Krishna give? Swa-prasād-anna, dilo, bhāi. He gave us his own prasad. He came in our life as prasad. So now, during this entire journey, whatever I described till now, throughout all the lifetimes, Krishna has been assisting us to win over our tongue, win over our senses, become purified and get closer to him by coming in the form of prasad. So he comes in the form of prasad, yes, just to help us. Because one thing is very clear, as stated in caitanya-nitāi. Jīve lalsa iti uti dhāi shishnodara parayana Krishna nahi pai. If a person is running behind to satisfy his tongue and genitals, that person can never attain Krishna. Now Krishna knows this fact. Therefore he comes as prasad to help us. Therefore in many classes, all of you might have heard Prabhupada saying, with tongue, only two activities you have to do. First, chanting Hare Krishna. In other place I asked, two activities, having prasad. Before that, chanting. Yes. So chanting Hare Krishna. And second is having only prasad. Only word is very important, you see. Whatever you put in your mouth, that should be prasad. So Krishna says these two, or Srila Prabhupada stresses on these 2 points. And Prabhupada says, what happens when you have prasad? Mahāprasād. So you all can go through this purport. Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, shloka 14. In that purport, Prabhupada says, 4 benefits of having prasad. First, nourishes the body spiritually. Second, counteracts all reactions to past material infections. Because as soon as you have prasad, naturally what happens? All the sinful reactions are burnt. Third, makes one sufficiently resistant to material affection. So it acts like a shield for us now. We don't get attracted to various different things. And finally, progress in self-realization, progress in bhakti. Can you imagine, just by having prasad, the person progresses in bhakti? This is exactly what Uddhava is telling to Krishna. And he says, Uchishta bhojino dasas tava mayam jaye mahi. He says, by eating the remnants of your meals, we, your servants, will indeed conquer your illusory energy, Maya. So just by having prasad, a devotee can conquer over Maya, conquer over the current situation that he's stuck in. So prasadam is very powerful and prasadam is very rare. There's one pastime where Narada Muni goes to Lakshmi Devi and he's saying that I want prasad of Vishnu. Can you please give me? And at that time, Lakshmi Devi is saying, no, that's very difficult. Lord has told me not to give it to anyone. Now Lakshmi Devi is very morose. And Krishna sees his wife is not happy. Okay, then he starts asking what happened. See, Narada Muni has so and so request and you have told not to give. What will I do? At that time, Lord Vishnu is saying that when I turn around, you take away the plate and give it to Narada Muni. So immediately Lakshmi Devi did that, gave the prasad to him. Narada Muni had that prasad. He was jumping in ecstasy. I got Mahāprasād, I got Mahāprasād. He's jumping. With his veena, he's singing. Narada Muni bajaye veena rādhā-kṛṣṇa-guṇa name. In ecstasy, he's singing the glories of the Lordships. And Lord Shiva was passing by with Nandi. And he you're so happy in life? What happened? And he said, I got Mahāprasād of Vishnu, I got Mahāprasād of Vishnu. And at that time, Lord Shiva is asking Narada Muni, I'm sure you might have kept some prasad for me. Yes. And Narada Muni became quiet and he said, oops, prasadam over. So at that time, Lord Shiva said, no, see, something will be there. So at that time, Narada Muni saw in his nails, there was one grain of prasadam that was stuck. And Lord Shiva took that, he ate that, he went into ecstasy. And he started doing tandav. Now when I was hearing this pastime, I was thinking, prasad is so rare that these people are struggling to have prasad. And look at us. Every Sunday we get plate full of prasad. And then we get second serve, third serve. Yes? How rare? Yeah, unlimited. How rare prasadam is and how glorious it is, we can understand from this pastime. Once Ramanujacharya, he was crossing with his 5 sannyasi disciples. Just to show the power of Mahāprasadam. They had Mahāprasadam, he took half of it and he threw it in the lake. It seems some fishes who ate that, they got 400 Vishnu form and they came out of the water, they went back to Vaikuntha. Now these 5 sannyasi disciples are looking at what happened? And Ramanujacharya said, this is the power of Mahāprasād. And we see, many pastime in ISKCON also. Okay, how many of you have come to bhakti just by having prasadam? Raise your hands. Oh, few of you are there. Others are shying, to raise that. Yes. In fact, in ISKCON it is described the initial moment. Just think about it. Prabhupada is giving class and no one is able to understand. Because the accent was thick. Their accent is different. Prabhupada's accent is different. So initially what Prabhupada did was, he used to cook with his own hands. Can you imagine Prabhupada cooking? And Prabhupada personally offering it to Panchatattva photo? And Prabhupada personally distributing to all the hippies. How tasty that prasad will be, tell me? Huh? And just by having that Mahāprasād, those drug addicts, those woman monglers, in a day or two left all that nonsense and they all surrendered to Srila Prabhupada. Mahāprasād. This is the glory of Mahāprasād. One of the Prabhupada's disciples, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was sharing in his class. I happened to hear that. So Maharaj was saying, see, in West it's very difficult to preach by speaking religion. Because they say that, it's a different religion, we'll not hear. So what they have is, they have a different technique at that time, good number of years back. They would have cooking classes in the college. And there Maharaj was saying that we were teaching how to cook. And then they would simultaneously offer it secretly and then distribute it. And all of them they would eat. And Maharaj was saying that I would never speak any philosophy there. The only thing that I would do is I would cook. And that too in the pretext of teaching sattvic cooking. And then we will distribute. And it seems few students who just like that, they would come and say, they would ask that, you're doing some spiritual practice, can I also get to know about it? Can I get some books? And Maharaj was saying to an extent where some students would come and say, I want to surrender onto Krishna. Can you please help how to do it? Can you imagine just by having prasad? There was one person in the same context. There was one Christian philosopher. He came and he started shouting at Maharaj when he was doing kirtan and speaking to students. Then he got to know that Maharaj is taking this cooking classes. He went to the college. He was also one of the faculty in the college. He went to the other faculty and he said, we should stop this immediately. These people are demons. They want to take people away from Jesus. Stop this immediately. So other faculties and the head of the department, they said, see, they have this cooking classes. You go and start attending the classes and you observe. So say, as soon as he speaks some philosophy, some religion, we'll remove that person immediately. Stop the entire thing that they're doing. So now what happened is, this person went. Maharaj is describing, he came with a big Bible and a cross in the hand to protect himself. And then he went around and then he started seeing what's happening. Maharaj is cooking and all the students are observing. And Maharaj would make a lot of fun and students are having nice time. Now, when all these things was going on, so at that time, Maharaj asked him, so how are you? And this person very arrogantly replied, I came here to see what you're teaching. Maharaj in his own style, Prabhupada disciple after all, with humility, okay, no problem, you can attend, you can see. And then that person saw everyone eating and enjoying. So he was also looking at everyone. Maharaj felt he should give him also. So Maharaj said, you want to have some of it, what they are having? And at that time, he said, okay, I can taste. Then Maharaj gave him the halwa that he prepared. He started eating. That week one was done. Only one day in a week was the class, Wednesday evening. Next week again he came. The Bible size reduced. Now he's observing again, cooking and all that. Now again he sat for prasad, again he ate. Third week he came. Now it was pocket Bible in the pocket. And then he sat, Maharaj served prasad, he took prasad. And like this, for 6 continuous weeks, every time he would come, finally 6th week he came to Maharaj. He said, I have a question. And Maharaj was very fearful because these people will ask some religion question. And then he has to answer. And then the game over. They'll be thrown out of the place. So he came to Maharaj and he said, I have a question. And Maharaj was, what's going to happen next? He said, okay, you can ask what you want. And this person he asked, can you please tell me the recipe of halwa that you make? And Maharaj sat there, he wrote the recipe and he gave it to him. He went, he cooked himself, he ate. Again, 7th week he comes. And then he tells Maharaj that my halwa is not tasting like your halwa. And that time, Maharaj was sharing that was the time when he started asking questions and he said, what is your philosophy? What are you following? Maharaj said, see, here in this place I cannot tell. He said, no problem, we'll go outside. He was now inquisitive to know about it. And then he took books from Maharaj and he read it and he said, oh, it's only chanting that is written about Hare Krishna. And Maharaj was saying that after that particular day, he went to other faculties and he said, you should call this person, pointing at Radhanath Swami Maharaj. You should call this person, he's very learned. You should call him to different classes and he should speak on philosophy. Can you imagine? Just by having prasadam. So this is Mahāprasād. Now, there's one more very important thing to note. There is Mahāprasadam and there is something more to that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying here, Krishnera Uchishtahaya Mahāprasād-anna. So Krishna's Uchishta is called as Mahāprasād. Bhakta Shesha Haila Mahāprasād-anna. And he said, Krishna's Uchishta is called Mahāprasād. When the Bhakta, when devotee takes that Mahāprasād, that is called as Mahāprasād. And you know what? Mahāprasād is very strong, very powerful. Maha is even more strong. So all of you remember, there are 3 powerful elements in the life of a devotee which helps the devotee to advance in bhakti. Please repeat. Bhakta pada dhuli, ara bhakta pada jal, bhakta bhukta avashesha, tini mahabal. So here it is said, what are those three elements which are very, very powerful and helps the devotee to advance? Bhakta pada dhuli, dust of the feet of a devotee. So all those people who get seva of cleaning the temple after the Sunday feast class, you're very fortunate. You can get that dust on your body, devotee's dust. Bhakta pada dhuli, bhakta pada jal, the water that has washed the feet of the devotee. And finally, bhakta bhukta avashesha, the Mahāprasadam that is left in the plate of a devotee. Little bit whatever. I know there are some devotees, they go and from the garbage bin they take bhakta bhukta avashesha and they eat. My God. So much of faith on this shloka. See, everyone knows the shloka. Everyone has heard about Mahāmaha. The only thing that we do is, bro, you give me Mahāmaha no, from your plate. Gulab jamun you give. So we are very particular about Mahāmaha. But there are some devotees, they are very, very strong. They have that strong faith on this line that if I just take Mahāmaha, doesn't matter in which form, I will be benefited. And like that in Caitanya-nitāi, we had one devotee called, if I'm not wrong, his name was Kalidas. This devotee, his entire goal of life was, in that entire area, whichever devotee stays, their Uchishta he would take. Some or the other reason, some trick he will go and take Uchishta. But one family was very intelligent. They would clean the entire plate and then only wash and throw outside. Now this devotee felt, we are not getting Uchishta only of this family. You know what he did? One day he took nice ripened mangoes, he gifted them. Please take, offer it to Krishna, you can have. And those devotees, they offer it to Krishna, they had. Now the skin and the seed, they cannot eat, no. They threw it outside. Then that devotee comes, hey, finally I got it. And Mahaprabhu was very, very pleased with this devotee. Mahaprabhu would never allow anyone to wash his feet and drink the water. But Mahaprabhu was so pleased with this devotee that one day this devotee came, very boldly he washed the feet of Mahaprabhu, he drank the water. And everyone around, they were like, we never got this. And the secretaries of Mahaprabhu, they said, hey, out. Mahaprabhu said, no, it's okay. Again he was, second time he drank, third time he drank. Then Mahaprabhu said, enough. Can you imagine the power of Mahāmaha? That Lord is getting pleased with Mahāmaha. And it's described. One, I'll ask you all, you have to tell me who is that personality. One personality in Bhagavatam who had Mahāmaha and he became a devotee. The famous Narada Muni. Narada Muni, he says that Uchishta-lepan anumodito dvijah 1.5.25 Bhagavat. He says that those Bhakti Vedantas who came to my place, he was just a maidservant's son. No school, nothing. No etiquette, nothing. But he had that mood of serving. He would serve and he says, Sakrat, only once I took the permission of the Bhakti Vedantas and took the remnants from them. And he says, just by taking remnants once, I got purified in the heart, and that very time I became very attracted to devotional service. So this one thing was the reason for Narada Muni to become a devotee. So we spoke about Narada Muni, we spoke about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime. In Prabhupada's pastime, you find this very, very wonderful case study again. The glory of Mahāmaha. Shrutakirti Prabhu, Prabhupada's secretary, personal servant, he says this in one of the lectures. He says, Prabhupada and Shrutakirti Prabhu and one more devotee, his name was Paramhamsa Prabhu. These three devotees were traveling from Mexico to Caracas. So Prabhupada was hungry, so he asked for prasad. Shrutakirti Prabhu, he removed puffed rice. You understand puffed rice, everyone? Puffed rice and peanuts. And he gave it to Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada had for 10 minutes. And the same thing, he passed it on. He said, okay. Prabhupada said, okay. Then Shrutakirti Prabhu understood. See, Prabhupada disciples, they never wanted some explicit instructions. Just indication of Prabhupada was enough. They understood what Prabhupada wants. Once Prabhupada was there sitting in his room and Prabhupada looked at the window, Prabhuji understood his servant. He has to close the window. For us, even after telling, we don't do. That is our situation. Third class. They are all first class. So Prabhupada ate for 10 minutes and he said, okay. And Shrutakirti Prabhu understood, Prabhupada is done. He took the plate. And then he gave it to Paramahamsa Prabhu. And then he was having plate with himself, having remnants of Prabhupada. And at that time, in ISKCON, everyone would wait for Prabhupada's Maha. You can imagine, no? Prabhupada's Maha. They would wait. Now it happened in that they were in the flight, it's flying. The air hostess came and she did a very weird activity. She just put her hand into the plate, she took and she ate. And he asked, oh, this is very nice. What is this? And Shrutakirti Prabhu is shocked. We all disciples, we hanker for Prabhupada's Maha, and this lady, we don't know who she is. She just came and she just put her hand and she ate. What is this? And then he said, see, we are vegetarians, we carry our own food. Oh, that's the case. Would you like to have anything? I would like to serve you. And Shrutakirti Prabhu looked at Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, we can take hot milk. Immediately, air hostess, she got 3 glasses of milk and she gave it to these 3. Serving Prabhupada and serving Prabhupada's disciple. Okay, so this is done. Some devotees, they were doing book distribution. Book marathon is going on. They were doing book distribution in a very, very remote place. It was a dense forest. They crossed that forest. They were doing it in a very remote place. And in that remote place, there were houses and they would go door to door. Are you all doing door to door book distribution? Yes. We have a slogan, Har Ghar Gita. That's our goal. Yes. In every house we should have Gita. So they were going door to door and they were knocking the doors and they were distributing the books. Very remote place. No temple around, no devotee association around. They knocked the door. And the door opened. And there was one lady who opened the door. And she was in tilak. And then she called inside, please come inside. And they saw altar, they saw Prabhupada's photo, they saw Prabhupada's book. They were shocked. They said, in this remote place, how come there is a devotee? And then they asked, how you became a devotee? And she said, 10 years back, I was an air hostess. 10 years back, I was an air hostess. So now, she said that 10 years back, this incident happened. And after, naturally, I felt attracted towards Swamiji. And then I wanted the books. I got books from devotees and rest is history. Now I'm devotee. Can you imagine the power of Maha? Therefore, it's very important that when we are honoring Mahāprasād, or if we are fortunate, if we get Maha of some devotee, yes, so we should honor it with a lot of respect. That pastime which I told about Ramanacharya, you all remember? 5 sannyasis watching. Those 5 sannyasis, they felt, we eat Mahāprasād every day. Plate full of Mahāprasād. But we are not getting this benefit. And they asked Ramanacharya, what is the secret? At that time, Ramanacharya said, see, when it comes to us, we have free will and we commit offenses. But these fishes, they don't have free will. They are all programmed, the animals. So they don't commit any offense. Therefore, they got the benefit. And he instructed, therefore, you should honor Mahāprasād. We don't eat Mahāprasād, right? We honor. We eat food. And we honor the spiritual potency. So when spiritual potency and food come together, that's Mahāprasād. Now the question is, do we eat or we honor? And the answer is, we honor. Because that's spiritual potency. So now it is described that when we honor it with awe and reverence, we get the same benefit what we have discussed today throughout the class. Therefore, the Mahāprasāda prayer that we chant, śarīra abidyā-jāl, joḍendriya tāhe, jīve phele viṣaya-sāgore, tā'ra madhye jihwā, lobhamoy sudurmati, tā'ke jetā saṁsāre, Krishna bada doyāmoy, koribāre jīvā, swa-prasād-anna dilo, bhāi. Now, say annāmṛta pao, rādhā-kṛṣṇa-guṇa gao. This is the mode of honoring prasadam. Where we are there in front of the Mahāprasadam plate, we are offering prayers in 1x speed, not 2x. And we're looking at the Mahāprasadam and remembering how merciful my Lord is. And how powerful this is. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he's making this very important point. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, E dravya eta swada Kahayte aila Krishnera adharamṛta ithe saṁsārila. So Mahaprabhu is saying, why this Mahāprasād is so tasty? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, because this is mixed with the saliva of Krishna. And why will Mahāprasād will not be powerful? So prasad means cooked by a devotee, served by a devotee. And naturally whoever eats becomes a devotee. Very, very important. Very, very important. Therefore, first thing is, we have to understand actually what is Mahāprasād. Second is, we should be very, very grateful that there's so many people who don't get, we are getting it. Remember Narada Muni and Lord Shiva's pastime. And then, finally, while honoring Prasad, we should be in the mood of service and not in the mood of enjoyment. Yes, now Prasadam is here. Let me offer prayers and let me honor Mahāprasād, not in mode of enjoyment, but in the mode of service. Krishna has come in this form to help me. Let me accept it and let me pray to Krishna. Krishna, I really want to come back to you. I don't want anything in life now. I just want you. Thank you very much for helping me. So in this way, when we have this mood and when we honor Prasadam, such miracles which we just discussed in today's class will happen in our life also. Senses, sense object coming together and we suffering. Along with that, if we keep taking Mahāprasād, naturally we get elevated on the platform of Krishna consciousness. And when we continuously practice bhakti 24/7, executing 64 angas of bhakti, we'll surely attain Krishna preme this very life. And that is our goal of life. There's nothing else apart from this. Thank you very much. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.